Hey there, this is Amanda with Mackie Photography, and I'm going to show you how to do a head swap or face swap in Photoshop. And as you can see here, I have a family photo. It has 13 people, and luckily enough for me, most of them are looking. Upon further investigation, little guy right here, he's not so amused with what's going on at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make all 13 people totally happy and smiling and right how we want to be. So I have the next frame over, actually. Luckily enough, he's got a perfect little smile on that I just absolutely love. So essentially what I want to do is just take that expression and put it on this photo, the one next to it, because I love the way that everybody else looks. Okay, so simple enough. This technique can actually work whether you have one person in the photo or 30. You know, I've done this as long as it's a frame where everybody's relatively in the same position. I've combined this with multiple photos, more than even just two, but here's a simplified version. Okay, so I've got both my photos. Whether you're working in Lightroom, you can also do this in Adobe Camera Raw. Maybe you work, you shoot in JPEG and you just open it right up into Photoshop. There's a couple different ways to do this. You do need a program with layers. Now I've got both photos ready to go. You can either right click and choose edit in whatever program you're working with. You can export however your workflow is. I'm going to go ahead and hop over to Photoshop where I've got both copies ready to go, the two images that I want to merge, okay? So as you can see, they're both a little bit different, same position. I might have shifted a half an inch over, whatever happened. We're going to go ahead and combine the two, okay? So as you can see here, I've got both copies, 1 and 2. There's the original that I like everybody in. There's the smile, the expression that I want out of that one. Okay, so this is going to be our base image that we work with. I'm going to hop on over to the face that I want to grab, the head that I want to swap into. And actually, the first thing I want to do is go up to layer. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that layer. Okay, so background copy. Since we're doing a head swap, I'm just going to go ahead and call this layer swap. Click OK. So what that's done, it's just simply duplicated it, easy enough. So neat little trick that I love about Photoshop, especially when combining. I'm going to take my cursor and I'm going to grab this photo and just drag it down, and it's going to set it into its own window. So from here, with this layer selected, the swap layer, I'm going to snag it and drag it over to the other image. So kind of back to where it was. And I'm going to drag it down. So now it's lined up. And again, like I said, between these two, obviously I shifted a tiny bit. Light shifted, I shifted. I'd already did my raw adjustments to make sure that they were compatible. Everything is synced up the same, so it's almost the same photo. So on, off, you can see the difference. Okay. So what I like to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and go to the layer opacity, and I'm going to lower it down just a little bit so you have this little dizzy spell going on. This is going to allow you to line up the images. That way you can kind of see where you're at. So I get it just about where I want it with my mouse, or if you're Wacom or... Basically my goal is to kind of nudge it into place. And because our main focus of this head swap is going to be the little guy, I'm going to work off his face as far as lining up. So I'm actually going to go ahead and zoom in to make it a little bit easier since he's our focal point. And there you go. He's right about there. He's nice and lined up. So from there, I'll go ahead and bring that opacity back up to 100. That's what we want to see, okay? So that's where we're going to want to do the switch. Easy enough, right there. So the next step is we're going to add a layer mask. Layer masks are amazing. If you don't use them, you need to. It will change your entire workflow and post-process. You'll be right online with the pros. For the rest of you that know what a layer mask is, you know what to do next. There's two ways to do it. You can either go up to layer mask, and it'll say reveal all or hide all. That's white or black. White means the whole layer is shown. Hide means it's not. This is where we get to start painting on our effects. Ha, amazing. So we want to do a hidden layer mask. So you're gonna either click hide all, or the way that I love to do it when you want to speed up your workflow, this cool little rectangle down here at the bottom of your panel for the layers. Click that little rectangle with the little circle hole missing, and that will add a layer mask as well. So from there, you would have to invert it. Easy enough, okay? So we've got our black layer mask. That means that that layer is hidden. Even though it's turned on, I can't see it. Here's what I get to do next. I want to be able to show that awesome expression here. So I'm going to go ahead and select my paintbrush, white, to reveal that layer. Let's zoom in. I like to use a soft white brush. Soft is always good if I'm just doing things like this, like a face swap, or, you know, trying to change out certain things in a photo that isn't really fine detail work where you need clean lines. Turn that hardness all the way down. So I'm on 0. Why not? Oh, look at that. I'm going to go ahead and just paint that on. I've got that layer mask selected. Look how oh my gosh. That took like a half a second. Amazing. Not happy? Happy. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and zoom out. Now I've got 13 people totally loving what's going on with their family photos. Oh, fit on screen. There we go. So, not amused, amused. Now I'm ready to do my final edits on the photo and get this thing going, get the session off. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn even more about Photoshop and Lightroom and great tips, I'm also a co-admin of the Photoshop and Lightroom group on Facebook, one of the largest groups out there. It's a perfect resource. So look up the Photoshop and Lightroom group. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link down there into the comments. Check it out. I hope this worked for you, and I hope this teaches you how to have perfect expressions in every photo from here on out. Have a great day.